global workforce is changing. Professions that traditionally relied on human endeavour are increasingly automated, ushering in a revolution that promises to fundamentally reimagine the role that people play in the workplace. It is unsurprising that organisations are turning to automation. For example, in the US, a Bain study found US companies could invest $8 trillion in automation technologies by 2030. The report says no industry will be unaffected by these technologies, from healthcare to financial services to retail to telecommunications. In both the public and private sectors, there is a progressively critical need to transform at pace. Of course, some organisations adapt and transform better than others. This is where Bain Company comes in. As one of the world's top management consulting firms, Bain helps to define the future of some of the planet's largest companies across all industries. With offices in 37 countries, Bain is uniquely positioned to advise global leaders on management and business solutions. Increasingly, those solutions are underpinned by embracing digital transformation, simply because technology continues to create a set of imperatives for businesses to change the way they operate. Much of that technology is led by automation and AI, so it is no surprise that Bain has a team dedicated to helping large-scale organisations to truly embrace and understand how automating can improve their business operations. One of Bain's automation leaders is Ted Shelton, expert partner, automation and digital innovation. Shelton, who started his career as a software developer before moving into executive roles, works out of Bain's Silicon Valley office.
Over the last several years, the automation practice here at Bain has served dozens of clients in every region of the world. We're working in South America, North America, Europe, Asia, and providing expertise to our clients around how to use automation to transform their business processes, to change the functions for their company, whether it's a back office function like finance, or it's a mid-office function like a contact center, or even front office sales and marketing functions.
Shelton believes that the workforce landscape will have changed dramatically by 2030, and that technology is now one of the strategic drivers for companies, with automation the key to transformation.
Digital has been disrupting the way we do business now for decades. What we see in automation, in particular, is that there is now a parallel, complementary way for companies to approach the question of how do they improve their operations? How do they reduce cost? How do they improve speed? How do they improve quality? Traditional IT allows us to put the systems, the software, the infrastructure, the devices in place to be able to serve the work being done by people. What automation does is complement the people in doing that work. And that's the major strategic difference in the way in which we're going to think about work going forward.
Bain's proposition is that the C-suite and executive teams can start taking particular actions to achieve the automation holy grail, not only increasing revenue, but also delivering services and products more efficiently. Those actions involve rethinking all of the work being done within a company, using what Shelton calls a three-lens approach in order to redesign business processes. What areas of the work should be simplified? What areas of the work should be eliminated? And what areas of the work should be automated? Simplify, eliminate, automate. Automation is a critical part of the redesign process. It allows a company at the executive level to break all of the work it carries out into parts it wants a person to do, parts a rules-based automation can execute, and parts that use repetitive, high-volume patterns where AI can be used.
One of the things that we believe is that the executive team at every company needs to be thinking about automation as a part of their future workforce. A company that does not start looking at AI today is one that in 3 years will be behind and in 5 years will be at risk. Every industry, every business, every part of every business is going to be impacted by these tools. And automation becomes a way to be able to insert the insights that we get from these artificial intelligence tools into business processes. And so an executive team should be thinking about not just how do we change the way the existing work gets done, but also what is the work we'd like to have done.
It's not all about technology for Shelton or Bain, though. These are key decisions that organisations are making about the future of business, and technology plays a small part in its solutions. It's not about a company simply choosing the right vendor or developer. It's about changing the way the business works and how a company then utilises technology to make its objectives easier to realise.
There are substantive business questions, both at the front end of an automation journey and at the tail end of an automation journey, that business needs to think through, because it really does change the operating model for organizations, and it changes the organizational structure. The C-suite really needs to think through the business issues, even more importantly than thinking through the technology issues.
Bain doesn't do this alone. It partners on its automation projects with experts in various fields in order to deliver the best skill sets to clients across all areas of work. One of Bain's partners is global software company UiPath, which focuses on robotic process automation, or RPA. It provides an end-to-end solution platform with a full suite of capabilities to allow organizations to automate at scale.
I think that UiPath has done a fantastic job of defining a vision for the future of automation. So working with them has allowed us to really take on problems for our clients that are much broader than the traditional task-oriented automation that we've seen in the past. To really be able to rethink the nature of work and incorporate people and AI into these redesigned business processes. And the UiPath platform also then, of course, gives us the ability to manage and monitor those processes once they're in production. UiPath gives organizations that ability to redesign the flow of work, from originally intaking the information to processing that information, making decisions about the information, and ultimately having a faster, more accurate outcome for a business process for their employees or their customers.
Bain also enjoys a relationship with Fortress IQ. Bain uses its automated process discovery platform to uncover insights, rather than the costly and time-consuming traditional practice of sending in a group of business analysts.
Using a process discovery tool like Fortress IQ allows an organization to cost-effectively, quickly, and more comprehensively understand how a process is being done across an organization. Because what Fortress IQ will do is actually watch each worker and map out, using machine learning, map out the steps that that person is taking to complete the process. And by doing that over a number of weeks, over a large number of people, I can actually build a map, and this is what Fortress IQ does for you, is builds a map of the way in which that process is commonly done, and also what the variations are.
As well as carefully choosing its partners, a strong sense of ethics underpins who Bain chooses to work with. It has declined work if it thinks ethical boundaries are being crossed by clients.
We will take a look at a particular ask from a client, and we will ask ourselves, is this the right thing for all of the stakeholders? For the people that live in the communities that this company serves, for the employees, for the customers, for the partners, and of course for the shareholders. Where we do see terrific opportunity to help is helping companies actually expand their focus in serving all of the needs of their communities. So questions about sustainability, about the ecosystem that they operate in, as well as, of course, all of the people that they serve. These are the core value propositions that we bring, and we bring an excellence and a methodology to the kind of strategy work we do, which allows us to get to results faster.
Once Bain has chosen to work with a client, it is committed to helping that organisation achieve that holy grail mentioned earlier, increasing revenue and efficiency. And this is why the role people play in the workforce will fundamentally shift. The Bain Labour 2030 study signalled one danger of automation: the fear of job losses. It estimated that automation could eliminate 20 to 25% of jobs by 2030. However, Shelton emphasises that for automation to truly work, it has to be part of a hybrid work model, with people continuing to play a critical role. Automation and AI allow companies the opportunity to refocus work so that people are contributing to the things that they are best at. And outside of the movies, there are no machines to help with creativity or curiosity, and that's what people are best at.
Today, we think about a lot of the jobs across the company as the people being the glue between our systems and our processes. And that means that a lot of people end up doing meaningless work. We call it sometimes swivel seat activities, where I'm looking at one screen, I'm typing information into another screen, or I'm copying information from a spreadsheet into a database, or vice versa. Whereas what a workforce could be doing is really releasing the creativity and curiosity, problem-solving, relationship-building activities that people are really good at, to be able to expand the business in new ways. So automation and AI are tools that then complement a human workforce, and that's why we talk about it as a hybrid workforce. Humans automations, AI, all working together to change the way we do work. That's the tremendous opportunity here for the C-suite to think through.
Shelton uses contact centers as the perfect way to imagine how automation and AI will transform organizations over the next 10 years. Today, we think of contact centers as an environment in which the employees tend to be lower skilled, lower paid workers. There also tend to be a high turnover of staff. Generally, workers follow a set of rules to answer queries, and any place where a set of rules is applied is a place where automation and AI can be used instead of people. However, people will always be needed because there will still be cases that are too complex for an automated process to solve. There may also be tougher queries that a company wants to answer with a high level of service and a personal touch.
So my workforce is going to be different. Instead of having a large number of people, I'm going to have a small number of people. Instead of having a low educated, low trained, and low paid workforce, I'm probably going to have a highly educated, highly trained, highly paid workforce, because these are going to be the people that are going to be handling the most complex problems and also the most important customers. So that transformation, that place that we are today versus the place we're going to be 10 years from now, brings up a whole set of questions for the organization, for the C-suite, to say, what is our talent strategy? How do we transform our organization over the next decade from the kind we have today to the kind we need 10 years from now? These are the kinds of challenges that our clients are facing across every activity of their business.
It is certain that 2030 will look very different to 2021. It may feel a way off still, but the organisations that will thrive then are the organisations that are already starting to think about how their business will look in 9 years' time. And Bain Company is with them every step of the way.